Hello again. This is Hans speaking, and it's actually the second program here, a discussion. It's not directly an interview, it's a more a discussion. And I will tell you a little background story here. Some years ago, I made already a video with Will when I had a beard, and we were talking about the topic reincarnation. I hope I pronounced that well because I'm not I mean my mother language is German, so English is not I don't speak English in perfection, but okay, I do what I can. And yeah, let's say hello to Will. Here's Will. How are you?
I'm very good, Hans. Thank you. I really like these discussions, by the way.
Yeah, me
I'm very
too.
good at it. How are you doing?
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I mean, it's very, very funny here because I mean, right now it's also past midnight. Actually, today is Tuesday, July 21st, and it's exactly 1:40 a.m. I should be in bed sleeping and whatever, but always talking to you, I get more energy. I don't know. It's because of the topics, or is it because you inspire me, or I don't know. But I feel great. I feel great, and that's yeah, a good time now to talk. It's quiet here. I live in Mexico City. Sometimes it's very loud. People, neighbors are making music or putting the radio. Okay, but now let's do that. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Everything all right over there?
Well, the big thing I tell everybody when they ask me that question is my feet are still pointed in the right direction, downward,
Okay.
and I feel good. I'm blessed. My life has been it hasn't been the easiest life, but I've been blessed, and I still
Okay.
am.
Yeah,
So I'm very happy.
that's
I'm
excellent.
lonely, but I'm happy.
Okay. For the people who don't know where you are or where do you live, what is your location?
I live in Mena, Arkansas. It's on close to the Oklahoma border, about halfway up the western side of the state. A town
Okay.
of about 6,000 people. And when the birds go to bed, everybody here goes to bed.
Okay. Yeah, I'm in Mexico City here. Sometimes people don't sleep at all. I hear sometimes, I don't know, 3, 4 a.m. people still drinking on the street. But it's not everywhere. But where I live, it's very common. Okay, but today there's nobody there. It's just you and me. So, okay, the topic I just announced it, the reincarnation. I mean,
Excellent.
it's a topic very interesting, even for me, because the first time when we talked about that, you told me you knew me from other lives, not just from one life, from more lives. So I was thinking, wow, that's incredible. And I mean, I myself, I believe in that you get reborn and you have another body. I mean, there are so many even documentaries where they make hypnosis, and sometimes people remember other lives. They even speak in other languages, so it's kind of a proof that it's existing. But you're the first person in my life who actually knows about other lives. So uh, there will be for sure a lot of questions over here, and also the people, when they see the video, please also comment down on the comment box, or
Underneath,
uh, that whatever you want to know, because our idea is making it live, a program, a live stream, which is something yeah, live at the moment. So when we do that, you all can directly ask him or him. Okay, the camera is funny. I make here, but because I see you there, but it's actually over there. Okay, so this is the idea. Maybe next time we do it and we check it out. If people are interested, they can join us. If not, anyway, post your questions, or your if you're having any I don't know, anything to say about it, criticizing or whatever. Everything is every word is welcome, because we also we want to see if there's still interest of the people over there. Also feel free to share, because maybe some people need some advice or some help, because every video contains a lot of great spiritual messages also. So, Will, so you know me from other lives, right?
Great. Let me make a little comment before I talk about that.
Of course.
We're talking about having a live stream group discussion online, and that's what Hans is trying to tell you in English. He speaks good English, but needs a little more vocabulary. And I'm complimenting him. This English is pretty good. But we're talking about having a group discussion live via live stream on the internet, and he will be organizing that and setting up the day we have the discussion. And I'll leave that all in his hands. All I do is I come to this discussion group, and it's between Hans and me right now. I just come to this discussion to tell you what I know, what I've discovered, what I found out about being a spiritual individual and reincarnation, things along this line. Okay. What was your question, Hans? I lost it.
Okay, before I continue asking the question again, I will also mention something to the public right now. I mean, everything what we are talking, I mean, it's like something people have to know, because people are on the wrong path. That's why the name is.
I want to interject there, Hans. I have the need to tell people.
Yeah.
I have the need to show people that there is a better way to live.
Right.
And that better way to live is not necessarily going after what people call success. And this is my message. This is what I carry with me. This is what drives me to talk in public. And this is my first step in that direction.
Exactly. And my idea, or better said, our idea is to make it bigger, not just here in the internet, maybe having a place where we can do that, maybe also using the internet, but with more people in a big group or whatever. I mean, this is just right now some idea, but it would be fantastic. Also, if you like what we are doing and you want to support us or support the idea, please let me know, or let him know. I will put down on the video all the description where you can find the other videos, and where you can find our Facebook, so you can send us an inbox and talk about that, because I don't want that it's just staying in a circle, in some Facebook groups, etc. All those messages have to go out, and you have to know about it. It's also my dream to help you with that, Will, because you deserve it. I mean, we are friends since so many years.
No, I don't deserve it. I don't deserve it. It's my job. It's my life right now.
Okay.
It's what I've been given to do. Okay. And let me mention here, we have 2 Facebook pages.
Okay.
One in Spanish called Otro Sendero.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one in English is called Another Path. If you look those up, you'll find these videos on those 2 sites, and you'll find written messages occasionally from me, and probably from Hans also. Okay.
Exactly. I will also, or I have already made a playlist on YouTube, so you don't have to look to all the channels to find the videos. There will be a big playlist where it's everything, and you just may click and you can watch the other parts what we have done before. And yeah, okay, now the part of the question you asked me. Okay, I almost forgot the question. Okay.
I did forget.
It's so funny. I will also tell the public, there is no script here. We don't have anything planned. I mean, it's just a very great discussion, and like the things are in Spanish we say cuando te nace algo, no, when something is getting born. I don't know if that is right. Said in English, I don't think
when
so.
An idea is born, when an idea is born, use it.
Exactly. And this is the interesting thing, because there are many other people who are doing live streams, but they have a big list with thousands of questions.
A script.
A script, and there I say, okay, blah 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 blah, and then the other person answers blah 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 blah. And I mean, I don't like that. I like more like people are talking. If you go to a party, you also you don't have a script to talk about football. Okay, well, what do you think of this? Okay, so now let's start, because people will waiting. Okay, about what is it and how and
ask me
whatever.
your question.
Okay, Will, you knew me from other lives. How is that possible?
Yes.
How is that possible? Okay, yeah, I believe you.
Because you've lived other lives, and we lived them together.
Yeah, but
not all of them, but you and I have had various lives together.
Okay.
And what most people don't know is that the really good friends in their lives have been friends in other lives.
Okay.
Your best friend was probably your best friend in another life.
And you
the
meet the
person
other
who
person.
you consider your worst enemy was probably an enemy in an earlier life.
Okay. So
and you have to work out these problems, and you deal with the various personalities.
Okay. So in a few words, for example, I have a good friend now. Okay, you're here, my good friend. In the next life, it might be that we also met again.
It's possible, yes.
It's possible.
It depends on whether one of us develops more than the other.
Okay.
And maybe passes on to another level of existence.
Okay, that's very interesting. So, but how? I mean, I don't remember you. I mean, I don't know anything about another life.
Very few people can remember their past lives.
Yeah. Okay.
But you've met people in your lifetime. When almost instantaneously you were attracted to that person and you liked that person.
Okay.
So, you probably met somebody in your life too, but the moment you met that person, you didn't like him. You didn't want to be around him or her.
Okay. Good.
Those are emotions. Those are feelings. That's knowledge from earlier lives working on you, telling you this is a person you have to work out problems with. This is a person who you can accept as he or she is.
Wow. So,
but you're recognizing each other on a spiritual level, not on a physical level.
Yeah. Okay. But how did you knew that you know me? For example, we well, I will tell the.
How did I know that I met you before?
Because we knew each other when I lived in Cancun, and I had a translation job, and I put the question Yahoo answers, or whatever is the name, and you answer me there. I will help you, you know, and so we got in touch to each other so many years ago. But did you know that from the email, or from or when you saw me the first time on camera or in a picture? How is
after we had talked a few times.
Okay.
We had almost a mutual attraction from the very beginning.
Yeah.
I wondered what's this German guy doing, asking for a translation from this language to that language. But he didn't ask for it on. You can't do that on that particular site that we were on. So you worded it in such a way as if one were to give you advice. You were clever enough to know that somebody would say, "Okay, I'll do it for you."
Yeah.
And somewhere in there, I had the feeling this guy's a little screwy, but I like him.
Yeah, I mean, I tell you the truth. Even if I lived in Cancun, and many people think if you live in Cancun, you have to be rich. You can afford whatever. But I mean,
it's a poverty-ridden town.
Yeah, I had also to fight to survive. It was a great thing, because many people, they don't help each other for free. I mean, you know, everybody say, okay, everything costs $1 or whatever, but you were a helping hand since the beginning, and that's why I want to pay that back to you. But I don't have money, but I
There's no
can
debt.
have.
There's no debt. Friendship is friendship.
Yeah,
Help is help.
exactly.
Help is help. Accept it when you get it, and don't feel obligated if it was given freely.
Great words, great words.
That's one of the lessons that you have to learn to be a spiritual individual. And this idea of being spiritual is not what most people think. Most people think that you're going to have to purify yourself, and you can't swear, and you can't drink, and you can't do all these other things, and you have to do physical activity, maybe yoga or something of that nature. That's all bullcrap.
Okay. You're
The
wise
pure
man.
personality, the pure spirituality
Yeah.
comes from inside how you feel about the world around you. If you love it, you're on the right path. You're becoming a spiritual individual. If you don't love the planet, if you don't love the world, if you don't love people, if you don't love animals, you're not on a spiritual path.
Okay. No.
And that's as simple as it gets. I try to keep it simple. Everything else is smoke and roses and flowers and whatever else you want to add to it to make it look wonderful, to make it sound wonderful, to make it sound complicated. You don't need a guru. What you need is to go inside yourself and learn who you are and accept yourself as you are. That's the first step towards spirituality. But about reincarnation, that's where we were.
Okay. Good.
Our spirits recognize each other when we come back to this plane. And that's why you have certain feelings about people: negative, positive, neutral. A neutral emotion or a neutral feeling of when you meet somebody means you probably haven't had contact with that person in an earlier life at all. Or if you did, it was such a small contact that it didn't affect you. But if you meet somebody who you absolutely can't stand, it means that you met that person in an earlier life and you didn't like each other then either. And if somebody that you meet and you fall in love with, or a man that you meet, or a male that you meet, or a child that you meet, and you really like this person and you want to be around this person, you want to be friends, that's somebody you probably had in an earlier life as a friend.
Well, yeah. Yeah, it makes sense what you said. So, okay, you were seeing me okay, after that emails and everything, you saw me, and then it was like a flash. You say, "I know you," or how was that? How was it?
No. I'm told mentally.
Okay, how is that?
All kinds of information about people I'm dealing with. I'm not told their deepest secrets. I'm not told anything that I would even consider using against them or letting anybody else know about.
Yeah.
But you and I were talking one day, and we were talking about reincarnation. I said, "Oh, by the way, you've been here 127 times."
How many times?
You said, "What?" I said, "Yeah, you've been here 127 times."
Oh my
Well, how
God.
do you know that, Will? I said, "Because I was told that."
Mm-hmm.
I heard the words in my brain, deep in my brain, I heard the words. He has been here 127 times.
Okay. And how many times were you on Earth?
156.
156. Oh my God. So, but do you remember all?
No, Gandhi was here 200 and more, 230, 240 times.
Gandhi. Okay. And,
yes.
And how do you know
Mahatma Gandhi,
right, I know that guy.
Of ancient India was here like 350 or 60 times.
Incredible. And it was also like a voice who told you that? Or how do you know that? Or did you meet him in another life? Or whoa.
This is the first time I've talked about Gandhi, Gandhi or Mahatma Gandhi, either one, in this respect. And I was just given that information.
Oh, that's fantastic. Okay.
Well, it's to me, it's natural.
Yeah.
because it came to me, and I used to doubt the voice. I used to doubt the information. And I've tested this information when it's been given to me. I've tested it many, many, many times. I've been told personal things about people around me, and I would look at the person and say, "Do you?" I would ask the question, and the person would say, "Yes, I do." Why? I said, "Well, I just thought maybe that was a tendency you have or something." Okay.
Okay.
Almost invariably.
Wow.
What I have said, what I've asked has been exactly perfect.
Okay.
Occasionally, I misinterpret. I mishear something, or I'm impeding the message in some way, and I don't get it quite right.
Wow.
Okay, and the thing about being able to hear this is my mind has to be calm, and I have to be able to receive this because my mind is calm. That's the only way that you can receive these messages. And that's basically, I receive messages mentally.
Okay.
Sometimes I get images, but generally speaking, I hear a voice. It's like a little voice way in the distance talking to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I hear it and I listen to it, and what it says, I try to repeat perfectly.
Okay. No, that's amazing. It's amazing. So, okay, but it's not just that. I mean, the people who saw the first interview when we talked about that, you also remember what happened when you died, right? When you left your last body.
From an earlier life, yes.
Exactly.
Yeah,
What
my
happened?
last life.
Tell us again, because people for sure want to know what's going on when they die.
This is a new audience, so I need to tell it again. I'll probably have to tell it 1,000 times before I pass.
Yeah.
In an earlier life, and I think it was the one just before this one, I had money, I had power, I had position, I had a lot of people under my domination. In other words, I was in control, and I don't know how I fit into the society. I don't know what kind of society I was living in. All I know is that I had power, I had money, and I had control over a lot of people.
Okay.
And I misused the power, I misused the money, and I misused the position. I was corrupted. And between lives, when I passed from that life to the spiritual level, I arrived at a place after leaving that body at this spiritual level where there were other creatures of pure white light.
Okay.
And I mean like whiter than a sheet, whiter than snow. And but the light was so soft and it was so full of love that I was immensely moved. I was immensely ashamed to be in their presence.
Wow.
And among this group, there seemed to be a leader.
Did they look before you?
And the leader said,
sorry.
It's time for you to look at your...
Sorry, before you continue, because people will ask how they look. Did they look like extraterrestrials, like we know them from movies, or like
No.
we? How did they look, those beings?
No. They were figures of light. I can't describe the figure. Okay. They were... All I can tell you is that they were figures of light. They emitted nothing but love and intelligence. And I was so overwhelmed by the love that I couldn't look at them.
Wow. Okay, continue. What happened then?
Okay, the leader of this group, what I think of as the leader, told me that I needed to see my past life. And when he said that, or it said that, we use he because it's a general term in English, but proper term is it, because there's no sex on that side. And at the spiritual level, there's no sex. This creature, or this being, this light, told me about I needed to look at my past life. And in that instant, my entire past life flashed before my eyes. Now, I use the word eyes, although I don't, at that level of existence, you don't have eyes, but I perceived my past life.
Okay.
And I saw every single bad thing I did. I saw every single good thing I did. I saw virtually every moment of that life in a flash. And just I can't say describe how quick it went. And it was so stunning to me with all the bad things I had done that I could not literally, if I had had a head, I couldn't have raised my head and looked at the leader or anybody in that group. And the leader said, "You made a few mistakes, didn't you?" I said, "Yes, I did." And I didn't say it the way I just said it now. I was very humbled and very sorrowful. And the leader said, "Well, it's time for you to go off and heal for a while." And so I was put in an area where there was very little light. It was just like I was living in a gray jello or mist or cloud or something like that. But there was nothing else but grayness and me. I couldn't hear anything else. I couldn't see anything else. Just this grayness. But I was there for I don't know how long I was there in human times. I don't know how long I was there. But when it eventually, I saw a light growing in the distance coming toward me. It was a white light, a beautiful, beautiful white light coming towards me, brilliant. And as it came, it lit up the grayness, and I could see better, or perceive, whichever. And it came to me, and it said, "It's time for you to come and go back." And I didn't really pay attention to go back, but I followed along, and we went. There was a group of lights again, kind of like a court. And the leader there again said something to me. The one thing he said, "It's time for you to go back now." I said, "Go back?" He said, "Yeah, you have to go back into a body. You got to go back to the earth." I said, "I don't want to." I mean, I argued this because I didn't want to come back.
Yeah.
And the leader said, "Well, you need to go back. You need to go through physical experience again, because you have some lessons to learn. Remember?" I said, "Yeah, I remember." So, "Well, you have some lessons to learn. You need to go back. You're going to have to go back sometime. And right now the circumstances are such that they'll be very instructive to you. You'll learn a lot. At least you have the opportunity to learn a lot. And the circumstances are right for you to learn some of the things you need to know." Well, I thought about that for a while, and I said, while I was thinking about it, the leader said, we can show you your parents to be if you'd like to see them. And I said, "Sure, okay." Not that positively, but I said, "Sure, I'd like to see them." And I was showing my mother and my father. And my mother had a fetus in her stomach, in her abdomen. And the leader said, "That fetus, it will be you if you go back." And the way I saw it was, I saw my mother's body. She had various colors around her, green, blue, all kinds of colors. But in her womb was this orange ball of light. And that was the fetus growing in her. It was very small, but it was there. And I thought about it for a while. I really thought about it seriously.
Yeah.
And I thought about my earlier life. And I said, well, yes, I will go back, but I ask a favor. And the leader said, what's that? I said, please give me a guide so that I won't do all the bad stuff I did before. You know, I'll know when I'm on the wrong path. The leader said, we can do that. I said, okay, then I'll go back. And the next thing I knew, I was in the womb. I could hear my mother's heart. I could hear her breathing. I could hear my parents and adults around her talking. I could hear the radio in the background. The radio played all day long during that period. That was the 40s. Mm-hmm. And I remember hearing her blood rushing in her veins. Or her arteries, one of the two, but I heard her blood rushing. Okay. Mm-hmm. And then I remember being born. So there you have it.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. Okay, I mean, when I hear all this, what you say, the first thing what comes to my mind is don't abort, because if you abort, you're killing someone who got reborn. It's not just a thing growing up in the.
Well, what you're doing is you're depriving a spirit of the opportunity to come back to this planet and evolve.
Right. Do you?
And we're all put here to undergo certain experiences. Mm-hmm. And if you look at it from a different angle, it's possible that woman is supposed to abort that child. That child wasn't supposed to bear a spirit. That's a good probability. You see, there's nothing black and white, Hans. Yeah. And when you look at things from a spiritual point of view, you look at all the probabilities. You say, well, okay, that looks wrong, but according to certain circumstances, it could be right.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I mean, I prefer don't abort, because imagine we are getting sent back and we cannot continue to get better, because I think when you're now here because you have to pay for the bad things you have done in your past life. And I mean, I see you now.
No, I'm not. You don't pay for them. You don't pay for them. You don't pay for doing bad.
Okay.
It's like going through the first grade. If you don't learn enough, you don't pass to the second. You have to go back through the first.
Oh yeah, no, that makes sense. Okay.
Okay. If you don't pass the grade, you flunk. You got to repeat. Mm-hmm. In reincarnation, there is no such thing as a pass-fail. You either, it is a pass-fail. You don't get a grade. You either know everything necessary to pass on to a higher level, mm-hmm. or you don't. And if you don't, you come back to the planet whether you're on. I don't care which planet it is in the universe. If there's life there and you're part of that life, you go back to that level of life until you've learned the lessons that life can give you.
Okay.
Only that it's not that life, it's an existence. The life is my spirit in my body. The existence is my body. It's like being a driver of a car. The car isn't alive, it doesn't drive itself.
Right.
A chauffeur drives it, or a car, or a driver drives it. Somebody behind the wheel makes that car go where it goes. And the person makes a mistake and he has an accident, or she has an accident. And maybe eventually the person has enough accidents, the license is taken away, and the person isn't supposed to drive anymore. But if a person drives perfectly the rest of his life, he doesn't have any troubles.
That's a good explanation, yeah. Okay, so...
And the other part of that is that following the metaphor of being a driver in a car, this body is my car. And when the chauffeur or the driver can no longer drive it, he changes cars. And the car goes to the junkyard, which is the graveyard in this case.
Mm-hmm.
And the spirit goes back to the headquarters and says, "I need another car."
Exactly. No, you that is why I love to talk to you, because you are talking that everybody has to understand everything what you say, you know. Okay.
They don't have to. They don't have to. It's I'm putting the information out there.
Yeah.
I'm explaining it in terms that most people can understand.
Uh-huh.
And they either understand it or they don't. They either accept it or they don't. And I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm just telling people what I know.
Right.
I'm not trying to make converts. I'm not trying to gain a crowd of followers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to get rich off of a religion or a new way of doing things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to help people find a better way to live in life, and how to accept this life, and how to make it easier and more loving for themselves and people around them.
Right. You're great, man. Okay. What comes into my mind is, because all the religions, there are so many religions on the planet. They're talking about a God. They're talking about the heaven with the angels.
It's
whatever.
false. It's false. It's bullcrap.
Okay. So what do you think?
You want an explanation?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And I guess millions of people are watching this video. They want to know the truth, because many people, they're just believing the churches and the popes and whatever, but you were on the other side.
Religion is politics.
Yeah.
Religion is control of the people. Religion is acquiring wealth
Mm-hmm.
without taxation. Almost all churches on the planet don't have to pay taxes.
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And the people who live in the churches are taken care of by the congregations that go there to learn about, quote, God, unquote,
Mm-hmm.
and to make their donations so that the church can continue to feed on this bullcrap.
Yeah. It's a business. It's like a business, like
It's a business.
All businesses.
It's a political structure.
Yeah.
And it's a business.
Right. It's a big company. Okay. But what do you think? Because
it's probably the richest entity on the planet.
It is. Well, what I have
The Catholic
heard,
Church.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, even in Germany, you have to pay taxes for the church. You can quit it, but then you're not part of the group anymore. They don't make you a religious funeral. They just bury you. That's it. So many people they fear that, and they're still paying money, and I don't know what's going on with that money. Okay, that would be another.
And the church operates on fear.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so you were talking also in the other programs we made some things about the Bible. So if you think the church is not that what it is, let's say in the official way, so what happened with the Bible? Do you believe the Bible is God's word, or who wrote it, or I mean, what can you tell us about the Bible?
God didn't write the Bible.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of people wrote the Bible.
Right.
But the Bible wasn't written as a book. All those chapters in there that have names in them, all those sections that have names in them, like Hebrews, Acts, Genesis, Proverbs, etc. Those are all manuscripts, books that were written at different times by different people, and they were codified by a group of people in Nicaea. And that congregation was brought together by the Caesar of Rome,
Mm-hmm.
the ruler of Rome, with the express purpose of bringing forth a unified church with a unified body of politics. And it was successful. Well, that was the Catholic Church. That was the inception of the Catholic Church.
Okay.
And then later in the 12 and 1300s, people began to rebel against the Catholic Church and to form what we call now the Christian churches of the planet.
Yeah.
But the Catholic Church was the first Christian church. And it controlled all the Western civilization for around 1,200 years. Well, no, I take that back, about 1,000 years. Okay?
Okay.
And it still controls much of the Western civilization through fear, not love, through fear.
Yeah.
If you can love, you don't have fear. If you can truly love, you don't have to be fearful.
Right. That's the opposite of love.
But the church teaches fear. You're going to go to hell if you don't do this. You're going to go to hell if you don't do that. There are hundreds of things you can go to hell for. Just by saying God damn, according to the Catholic Church and according to most religions, that's enough to send you to hell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and that is absolutely ridiculous.
Right. And this is what the children are learning at school. I mean, I went through this, you know, when I went in Germany to school. We had religious classes at school, and they were even dividing the Catholics from the evangelics, you know. I mean, I was born in the Catholic system, let's say, and I was there, and they also, I mean you get almost traumatized because they were teaching you so many things that it's kind of violent for that little body you have at that
but
moment.
The thing here, Hans, is that's existent. And what we need to do is instead of trying to struggle with that concept you're dealing with,
yeah,
is forget about it.
Yeah.
Deal with the things that are wrong with yourself inside. Come into a balance with yourself. Forgive yourself. Love yourself so that you can express that love outwardly to the rest of the planet.
Right.
And stop worrying about all these other things that affect people. Other people, you have to shine your light on your path so people can see you're walking a different path, and maybe they'll follow.
Right.
You can't drag them along. You can't push them along. You can't do anything at all to change their attitudes or their minds or their habits. They have to change themselves. All you can do is show them a better path. And the way you show them is not through words, not through scolding, not through trying to force people into doing something differently. You just live the way you believe.
That's excellent words. Okay, returning to the reincarnation. Okay, people, watch also please the other video I put down on the link, so we don't have to repeat everything. And I don't know if is there something else I don't know you remember, or something you want to add to the other video which we have done in the past, so some more information, let's say.
Are you asking me if I want to add something to it?
Yeah, maybe something you didn't
I don't remember
me
it well enough to be able to say anything.
Okay, so I mean,
I live so much in the moment, Hans, that I honestly don't remember much of what I said yesterday or even an hour ago.
Yeah.
Because basically I exist in this moment.
Yeah.
And I'm not worried about yesterday or last year or 5 years ago or 20
It's
years
gone
ago.
already anyway. Yeah.
I've lived that. It's behind me. I accept the consequences of my life.
Mm-hmm.
I accept the rewards of my life. And I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to live better. I'm trying to be better.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be a spiritual individual, and that I'm following the path of love.
Right.
And that's what everybody needs to learn. You need to learn how to love and follow that path. And I'm not the kind of person who's going to try to change your mind. I'm not going to try to sway you in any direction, other than I'm just going to tell you the same way Jesus talked to the crowds. He said, let him who has ears hear, let him who has eyes see.
Yeah.
And that's the way I am. If you hear me and you understand me, then I bless you. I give you my biggest blessing. If you don't hear me, if you don't understand me, fine, I still give you a blessing, because you're doing things your way, and
Exactly.
and I can't, not for me to say you're right or wrong.
Right. Yeah, you're correct. Okay. Yeah, that was a very, very good program for me. Wow, a discussion. It's not even a program. It's a great discussion. And but what do you think? I mean, I'm for sure you don't know either the answer, but let's say you are reborn so many times, and I see you now so perfect, so such a good person. Do you think you have to go back again, or do you think there's another place where we will go when we finish with all that reborn thing?
Oh, I have to come back. I still have things to learn.
Okay. So yeah, see you next life. Like the Terminator movies when Arnold says I'll be back, you know. Wow. I hope to find you again. So wow, that's amazing.
Well, if I see you in the next life, I'm going to run.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Tell me, just, I mean, this is a personal thing now, but I share that with the public now. In my past lives, how were we related? Were you my brother or also a friend or what?
We were
What?
brothers.
We were
In
brothers.
the immediate, the immediate, most closely related life that we had together, we were brothers. I think I was your older brother.
Okay.
And I can tell you that you told me you had a bad hip, and I said that's because you were injured on a battlefield.
Yeah.
You died on that battlefield. You were stabbed in the hip with a spear.
And guess what? I
And
have
it damaged your hips extensively.
Yeah.
And you probably were stabbed a few other times too. And you died on that battlefield after a long, painful period lying there wounded, and nobody knew that you were still alive.
Fuck. Yeah.
And you have pains in your back regularly. I know that, don't you?
Right. I mean, I still have that hip problem. And nobody knows how is that possible.
Okay,
It's not from genes or from that someone in the family had the problem. I just have it, and the doctors don't know what is the origin of the problem. Maybe it's I have still
the
that
original
from the other
problem
life.
is from that past life.
Yeah.
And let me ask you here: do you have a pain above your kidney on the left side that comes and goes regularly? A very sharp pain.
Oh my God! Look at my hair. Yeah, I have that. How do you know that? I have that.
I was told that. And you have other places like up here and your just below your right shoulder blade. You regularly get a pain in that area too.
Right. Yeah, I have that.
So you were stabbed in those areas.
Oh my God.
And your spirit remembers those pains.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, okay. I really have that. I mean,
and you also have one right square in the center of your chest.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I mean, this is incredible. I mean, I really can swear that I haven't told you that before, and you know that, and it's true. I mean, I have those pains. Actually, I went to the
And your
doctor.
right foot regularly hurts you immensely.
My what?
Your right foot
Yeah, I mean, I have problems.
regularly hurts you immensely.
Yeah, I have no, it's actually my okay, the right it hurts, but the left is worse because on the left leg I have that big problem with my pelvis or hip, or I don't know how to say that,
Yeah,
but
with your hip.
yeah,
But I'm saying your right foot, not your leg, your right foot
the foot.
hurts you a lot.
No, the right foot
If
not.
I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Yeah. This is not happening, but the whole leg, the left one, it hurts. It hurts when I walk a lot or when I
Yeah, it's from
carry.
the hip down.
Exactly. Actually, I need maybe in 10 or 20 years. It depends how I take care of myself. I need a surgery, and they will put me say a prosthesis or prosthesis. I don't know the pronunciation well. They will put that into my body, and but the doctor said wait because you're still too young. So because it has a lifetime like 10 years or 12 years, and then I will have to get a new
Do
one.
you have a? Can you go to a chiropractor?
I mean, there are a lot
A
of.
chiropractor?
Yeah, I mean, I went. I think it's like 2 weeks ago. I have posted it also on my Facebook, the whole story that I need to know. Maybe there's a doctor who can analyze the X-ray
Okay, but my
photographs.
question is, do you know a chiropractor?
A good one? No, I don't think so.
Well, I think probably what will help you immensely will be a chiropractor.
Okay.
Because I think your pelvis is tilted.
Yeah. In fact,
in addition to the damage to your left to your hip.
Yeah. In fact, the doctor told me that that the muscles which are in the bone, connecting to the bones, are taking care of that because the bone of the leg and the hip, they're like so much separated that they don't have a contact almost anymore, but the nerves or the muscles, they are
Okay.
holding them together.
You need. I'm convinced you need a chiropractor.
Okay, I will do that.
And I realize that a medical doctor, has given you certain information.
Yeah.
But medical doctors don't want you going to a chiropractor.
Okay.
Okay. They will tell you virtually anything possible that's still truthful to dissuade you from going to a chiropractor.
Yeah.
Chiropractors adjust the bone structure of the body, specifically the spine. But the spine, by being straightened out and properly balanced, will cause your shoulders to be balanced and because your hips to be balanced also.
Yeah.
And because your pelvis is balanced rather than cocked one way or the other, that'll relieve the stress on that leg.
Okay, I will do that. Okay, yeah, I mean, we're almost finished here.
You can edit this out if you want to.
No, I will let it there because it's a great testimony here. I think the last question maybe I have. Now you're a man, I'm a man. Do you think it's also possible that you get born as a female in that case, or females like they get born as a male, or is it always the same sex?
I've been a female a few times.
Sorry?
I still have feminine tendencies. I admire, more than sexually, I admire women immensely. And I'm very sympathetic toward women.
Okay.
And primarily because I've been a female a number of times.
Okay. Yeah, maybe me too. I don't know. Do you know if I was a female? Have you seen me like a
Yes,
sister?
you have been.
I have. Okay. That's so funny. Okay. Yeah.
Most spirits experiment with the sexes.
Yeah.
and eventually settle on this sex or that sex. But it's like a child experimenting with candy. You try this flavor, you try that flavor, and eventually you say, "Oh, I like this better," or "I like this best."
Okay.
And that's what the experimentation with the spirit is all about in physical bodies.
Okay. I guess this is maybe an explanation because there are so many gay people. Maybe they have also some, I don't know, they remember things from the past and they like the other sex then, you know. Maybe there were women, and of course a
Yes.
woman loves man. And do you agree then also with that, what I say?
And a lesbian woman loves women.
Yeah.
And a homosexual male loves males. Okay.
Yeah. So this is.
I see nothing wrong with the activity or with that inclination. I don't see nothing wrong with it.
No, me neither.
The problem is religion
respect.
has made it something that you can't do.
Right. Yeah, I respect everybody. I mean.
But what it is, and you're right.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, because it's
a tendency from an earlier life coming back to you.
Right. Like I feel the hip, or have the same problem with the hip. So maybe this is also from another life when you were in another body, let's say the opposite body.
Yes.
That you still feel
Absolutely.
the attraction, you know. Okay. But I think I was.
Absolutely.
I think I was more time a man than a woman because I love women, you know. Thanks God. But I respect everybody. I'm not a racist, even if I'm bald, because many people they say you're a Nazi or whatever because my hair is short. But the thing is, it's falling out, my hair. You know, I mean, if I let it grow too much, it will look very funny having that space here. So I cut it. But I'm same like the same
Hans,
like you.
You look very good. You look very good. Semi-bald.
Okay, thanks. Thanks.
I would recommend that you just get a little wax and shine your head.
Okay. Perfect. No, I would like to have your hair. I mean, I had it in the past. I had it also longer, but okay. Good. No, that was excellent talking to you, and yeah, I hope people you like that. And like I mentioned in the beginning, we want to go live. So yeah, if you would be with us, talking to us, you're invited. Will any last words?
Let us know if you want to go live. We want to do live stream with a large group of people. We want the message I have to pass on. We want it to get to the public.
Yeah, that would be wonderful.
So remember, look for us on YouTube. Look up the 2 pages I mentioned. On Facebook, Another Path, and in Spanish, Otro Sendero. And look at our videos on those pages. Let us know make comments. If you want to hear more, you want to see more, you want us to go to a live stream format, please let us know. And when we get enough people with enough interest, we'll go live stream.
Excellent. Yeah, count on me. I will do also whatever I can do with that. I have the computer, the possibility to do it, and yeah, let's go live. I really want the next program that will be even live, you know, because I think it's time to go out, you know, to do something good on this planet. Okay, thanks so much for your time.
This is a start.
Yeah, it's a start, and I hope it will be much more because it's I get fascinated. I mean, it's fascinating for me to learn about that. I mean, there were those few things today I didn't know, and it's like, how do you know that? So it's another proof for me that it's all happening.
Well, you've never told me about the pains that I described.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, I say, how do you know that? Because I don't, I not even post on Facebook. I have pain now or whatever. I mean, nobody knows that. Just you knew it right now because I don't know. You got it told, right?
I was told.
Yeah. And when was it? When did they tell you that? Right now, at the moment we were talking, you received
when I was
that?
talking to you.
Right now.
What? Yes, while we were talking during this discussion,
you got that.
As soon as I heard what they had to say, as soon as I heard that you had these pains, I told you.
Wow. Amazing. Okay, yeah, we are exactly on 1 hour. That's the limit for today. So yeah, I don't know anything else to ask you. I'm still not in shock, but I'm happy about all those things I heard, and it's great. Thanks so much, Will, and people. Thank you also for watching this video. Will, last word.
I have very little to say other than it's my pleasure to be able to talk to you and impart to you what I think I know.
Okay.
Remember,
Okay.
I said I think I know.
Excellent. Okay, that's it. Thanks so much, and
you all enjoy it. Good night now, folks.
good night.